Financial dysmorphia. When your bank account doesn't match your stress level. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, I should feel better than this? You're saving, you're budgeting, you have an emergency fund, you're earning more than you used to, and yet you still feel broke, still behind, still tense when you check your balance. That disconnect has a name: financial dysmorphia. It's when your financial reality and your financial emotions don't match. And it's happening to a lot more people than anyone admits. On paper, you might have 6 months saved, stable income, retirement contributions, no high-interest debt. Objectively, that's solid. But internally, you feel one mistake away from collapse. You feel guilty spending. You feel exhausted by the math. You feel like it's never enough. That's not stupidity, that's conditioning. We grew up thinking financial safety was simple: earn, save, stabilize. But today, layoffs happen overnight. Prices jump without warning. Housing feels out of reach. Healthcare feels unpredictable. Markets swing constantly. So even when your numbers say stable, your nervous system says prepare. And that mismatch creates stress. Then there's comparison. You're not comparing yourself to your parents anymore. You're comparing yourself to people scaling businesses, dual income households, real estate investors, remote tech earners, people who look like they're accelerating. The reference point keeps moving, so your definition of enough keeps moving, even if your income improves. And let's talk about something real. Modern finance is exhausting. It's not just earn, save, spend. It's inflation, interest rates, investing, side income, healthcare planning, taxes, recession risk. You're not just earning money, you're constantly evaluating risk. That mental load feels like instability, even if you're stable. There's another layer. For a lot of professionals, financial security is tied to dignity. If you grew up around scarcity or instability or unpredictability, your definition of safety might be extreme. You might need 12 months saved, zero debt, multiple income streams, constant growth. On paper, you're secure. But emotionally, you're bracing. Emergency savings protect your options, but they don't automatically calm your perception. Calm comes from trusting your system, not just your balance. If your safety plan feels fragile, or dependent on perfection, or dependent on one income source, your brain stays on alert. Security isn't just numbers, it's perceived resilience. So how do you reduce financial dysmorphia? First, separate math from narrative. What do your numbers actually say? Then ask, what story are you telling yourself? Everything could disappear tomorrow. Or, I've built a buffer. Second, define your own stability threshold. Not social media's, not society's, yours. How many months genuinely make you calm? What risks are realistic? Clarity reduces anxiety. Vagueness amplifies it. Third, understand this. Growth feels exciting. Stability feels calm. Raises feel like progress. Investment spikes feel like progress. New income streams feel like progress. Stability feels quiet, and quiet can feel like not enough. But calm is often the sign your system is working. Financial dysmorphia isn't greed, it's misaligned signals. Your brain evolved to scan for threat. Modern finance feeds it uncertainty 24/7. The goal isn't to ignore risk, it's to interpret it accurately. Nobody told us. This isn't about telling you to grind harder or hustle more. It's about seeing the structure clearly, because once your numbers and your narrative align, stress drops. Not because you have more money, but because you understand what you actually have. If this resonates, I also break down why emergency savings matter more than people think. Because security isn't just about accumulation, it's about autonomy. So I'm curious, do you think most financial stress comes from the numbers or from comparison?